Project 9G, Symbol of Authority, NMM also debut the political space. Before properly delving into the political debut of Project 9G.
Like the actor Rommel Lovdy played the role of a president in the movie SP based on Romy Lovdy in reality went on to become President Skyzeleny. The following excerpt is from about the last aspect of the play, 9G, Soa, Sipmon, the depiction of the author, curator and producer of Project 9G in the play, 9G, Symbol of Authority. After the noble fellow Ejineran Babaruka Fatawa Labawa as the first Prime Minister of Naja Kingdom, the curator of the kingdom's 9G scepter motion based on event of the mother kingdom Naja by the noble fellow Ejineran Alamnum Ikakilab Balagri was accorded the title of second inaugural Prime Minister of Naja Kingdom of Ejinera later on the curator of the kingdom's latest scepter. Monumental metro movie NMM based on event of the past in Naja Kingdom of Ejinera called 9G NMM by Nemalum Ikak Rigbale was appointed into the cabinet ministerial position of the fellow Ejineran administration as third Prime Minister Naja Kingdom.
Ikek, however, was subsequently appointed into the cabinet ministerial position of a fellow Ejineran administration as third Prime Minister of Naja Kingdom. After serving as federal minister, Ikek pushed on the MNASP agenda and thereafter in the next dispensation was elected the first fellow Ejineran president of Naja Kingdom of Ejinera. To further bridge the gap in youthful inclusiveness in the leadership and governance, Ikek continued the tradition of appointment of Prime Minister into the cabinet ministerial position, an appointment scheduled to last after every 2 years in order to accommodate other fellow Ejinerans passionate about nation building. The Ikek administration appointed a young female fellow Ejineran as the fourth inaugural Prime Minister. After 2 years, upon resignation of the fourth PM, the Ikek's administration appointed the fifth Prime Minister for another 2 years. Notwithstanding, the Ikek administration of Naja Kingdom of Ejinera won another term and appointed the sixth Prime Minister for a 3-year term. However, the Ikek administration, nicknamed as the 223 PM concept, made the kingdom a superpower.
Project 9G decoration of the title second inaugural Prime Minister of Naja Kingdom. SIPMON from 2022 is also based on the following symbolic discovery.
Development of Project 9G occurred during the administration of Muhammadu Buhari as the 7th and 15th President of Nigeria and immortalised in the Say 9G, Soa Sidamahamravati. The President is fondly referred to as PMB, President Muhammadu Buhari, Prime Minister Buhari took the Prime Minister but they were and based on Project 9G. Prime Minister Babaruka, 7 tilde, D, 1 and 5 1 plus 5 equals 6 spelled the other way. 9 enables the alphabetical representation of 7 tilde, D equals 9D.
Volodymyr Zelensky, born the 25th of January 1978, is an actor, comedian, lawyer and the sixth president of Ukraine. Prior to his emergence as president, Volodymyr, under his production company called Kvartal 95 Studio, created as well as acted in the political satire comedy TV series titled Servant of the People. Thereafter, a movie adaptation was produced based on Volodymyr's Servant of the People 2, directed by Alexei Kuryushenko, and released the 25th of December 2016. Volodymyr, as the creator and producer of the movie franchise, also acted the lead role of a president in the movie and in reality went on to become the president of Ukraine. The movie title Servant of the People, named after the movie by Volodymyr, went on to become a liberal, centrist, pro-European political party in Ukraine with the symbolic color green, founded by Ivan Bakanov on the 2nd of December 2017. The current leader of the party is Olna Shuliak and its parliamentary leader is David Arikamian. Volodymyr's role in the Servant of the People franchise largely enabled him win the 2019 elections in Ukraine. Not to mention, Denys Shmyhal, born the 15th of October 1975, is the 18th Prime Minister of Ukraine. The First Lady of Ukraine, Olna Kyrylenko, born the 6th of February 1978, is a screenwriter and of the same age with her husband, who is an actor turned president. Also, First Lady Olna was born on the same day and same month as the actor turned president Ronald Reagan. The similarity between President Zelensky, President Reagan and the fellow Egenerin, who is also an actor like them among other things, is highly symbolic, including the fact that fellow Egenerin's second female, about ninth fellow Egenerin sister in the fellow Egenerin family, studied to become a physician in Ukraine. 6. 2 plus 5 equals 7. 8 plus 1 equals 9 plus 1 equals 10. First again 9 plus 7g. 2 plus 5 equals 7. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 plus 1 plus 6 equals 9. 2 plus 1 plus 9 equals 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 7 equals 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 1 plus 5 equals 6 plus 1 equals 7. 5 plus 1 equals 6. 9 second again 9 plus 7g. 1 plus 8 equals 9. 6. 11. 8 plus 1 equals 9. Yet again 9 plus g equals 9g.
Following the mantle of leadership from predecessor George VI to ELIZABTH2 and successor Charles III equals GEC in the United Kingdom as the mother country to Nigeria, otherwise known as Niger, the mother country to Egenera. The task based on 9g instead of w to find yet again the value of g from Niger to Egenera, given that the fellow Egenerin in question is a philologist. Convener MNASP, author, curator and producer of Project 9g in line with the decoration of the title SIPMON. GEC to conform with the initial precedence of g instead of e is c in the typical lexical position with a high value in contrast to e and g in both cases, g in the initial position as with the name of the predecessor father g to queen e and to son c, like with the case of the initial name of the fellow Egenerin father g equals Gabriel. Both the queen, her father and son are both case study to the fellow Egenerin philologist bearing the first name with the initial e and a typical lexical initial c plus surname g, and given the full name of the fellow Egenerin can spell Nigerian. Solution to defeat the shackles of RNBF based on 9g. MNASP from Egenera to Niger as ECG instead of GEJ turn GEC. Leading to the 2023 general election begat this symbolic title ATM VPOS. Therefore count how many POS, point of sale and ATM, automated teller machine in the country. The Naira redesign policy, perceived as a classic political stunt just before the election, led to less cash dispenser of the new currency at the ATM and high cost of getting cash at POS due to low cash circulation. At some point both ATM and POS were not even dispensing cash. Poaka Okute versus Bad Aka Jagab, and both became vulnerable to the northern elite Aka Waziri. The Abubakar from the north, when spelt the other way, is Babaruka based on Project 9g. The title, ATM VPOS, resulted to the following meaning: ATM equals Ahmed Tinubu Muhammadu, VPOS equals Peter Obi II. The 2023 elections is called ATM Batman VPOS Superman, or in other words combination, ATB ATM, M equals MBV, POPOS, S equals SIPMON, or simply called PMBV, SIPMON. Visit the website for further information of Project 9g decoration of SIPMON.
In memorial to further honor the legacy of the first inaugural Prime Minister of Nigeria, Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, depicted as fellow Egenerin Babaruka Fatawa Labawa, based on Project 9g decoration of the title, Second Inaugural Prime Minister of Nigeria, or Second Prime Minister of Niger Kingdom, on the author, curator, and producer, depicted as fellow Egenerin Nemalum Ikik Rigbale in the person of Emmanuel Chike Gabriel.
Nanji going very soon. Kana fatan ka da wannan da wani lokaci.
9G Yanzu Emmanuel Chike Gabriel for Prime Minister 2022.
Tana zuwa ga 9G Emmanuel Chike for Prime Minister. 9G coming very soon. 9G is for Emmanuel Gabriel for Prime Minister. 9G coming very soon. Terra Ga is yanzu.
Wali 9G Emmanuel Chike Gabriel Prime Minister 2022.
Given the nation's presidential system of government based on the 1979 Constitution to 1999 Constitution as amended of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, acts as both head of state and government. To balance the states within the 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria based on the creation of 3 more areas adjusted from N776 and S665 to SS6, SE7, SW7 and NC6, NE7, NW7 equals S677 and N677. Niger Kingdom appealed to the federal government of Nigeria to create the following 3 more states such as 38. BIAFRA capital OABIAKAM slogan Sovereign Area, 39. NAIJA capital DABA slogan Scepter Area and 40. EGINIRA capital NIROYGABTEC slogan Symbol of Authority. The following depiction is based on Project 9G, 38. Sovereign Area with a capital named after the curator of Niger Kingdom's coat of arms Scepter OIMAKABA with prime Niger custodian FIRABA, 39. Scepter Area with a capital named after Niger Kingdom's queen called ADBA with prime Niger custodian called NAIJA. 40. Symbol of Authority with a capital named after our first emperor NIROYGABTEC with prime Niger custodian called EGINIRA. Furthermore is the involvement of more political actors to bridge the gap in youthful inclusive leadership and governance is highly recommended. For example, the legislature for upper and lower chambers is made up of a Senate President, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Senators and Representatives of the Green Chambers, etc. The judiciary is made up of a Supreme Court Chief Justice, Justices of the Supreme Court, Judges, SAN, NBA, lawyers, etc. The executive arm is made up of the President, Vice President, federal ministers, commissioners and the appointment of a Prime Minister in the cabinet ministerial position designated to bridge the gap in youthful inclusive leadership and governance in Nigeria. And further illustration, read the book, 9G Symbol of Authority.
In Nigeria, otherwise known as Niger or Ejinira, based on Project 9G, is adopted. Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa as Babaruka Fatawa Labawa took the oath of allegiance, serving in the capacity as head of government, was first appointed and subsequently elected Prime Minister. As adapted, Emmanuel Chike Gabriel as Nemalumikik Rigbale addressed with the title as second Prime Minister of Niger Kingdom.
I, Emmanuel Chike Gabriel, depicted as
Belam Lume Ichekula Belagri or Nemalume Ichek Ribale,
addressed with the title as second inaugural Prime Minister of Nigeria,
formally addressed as second inaugural Prime Minister of Niger Kingdom,
in charge of Niger Kingdom, Captain Ekinera, managed by Chike Gabriel, based on Project 9G. Do solemnly swear to be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in memorial to further hailing the legacy of Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, immortalized as Babaruka Fatawa Labawa, hereby committed to MNCP to be appointed third Prime Minister of Nigeria into the cabinet ministerial position in Nigeria's presidential system of governance, with the best of my ability, faithful as a Nigerian citizen from true geopolitical zone, in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God.
Attention please, this is to the general public. Fellow Edgenerans, with the emergence of the author, curator, producer of Project 9G depicted as Emmanuel Chike Gabriel in the person of Emmanuel Chike Gabriel, as second Prime Minister of Niger Kingdom to be appointed Federal Minister in the Cabinet Ministerial position as third Prime Minister of Nigeria, and further bridge the gap in youthful inclusive leadership and governance for the actualization of a superpower nation. Murray Gabtek Engineer a call on everyone to support Project 9G, Niger Kingdom.
Hey babe, how are you? How's work today? You're looking stressed. Sorry though. Okay? Okay, do you know what you're going to do now? Just go inside and freshen up, okay? Not at all. I'm waiting for you. Okay, babe. I actually prepared something though. Yes, I did. Okay, babe. Babe. We have a new prime minister. I have a new prime minister. Yeah. He's in charge of new Graptech Guinea. Yes. His name is Emmanuel Chike Gabriel. Yeah. Okay, he's good. Okay, do you know what? Just go freshen up, okay? Just go freshen up. I'm actually hungry though. Okay. Okay, I'll be waiting. Yeah, I love you.
We must make Nigeria a superpower. We don't have any choice. It's our destiny. We have the capability, we have the human resources, we have the natural resources to make this possible. Come rain, come shine, Nigeria is going to be a superpower. Make Nigeria a superpower.
"9G" and MM along with images of the NMM also debut the world of art and exhibition. The NMM or SM in a digital picture device as well as images of the NMM debut good interior decoration of any house or office space. 9G and MM in a digital picture device when viewed for more than 2-3 minutes or more relaxes the mind and ease off tension.
You just let me be, okay? Just let me be!
What was the meaning of that? Oh, actually, I'm talking to you and you're walking out of me, right? I'm talking to you. What you did out there was not right. You don't have to embarrass me in front of those people. You don't want to talk to me, Abi? You don't want to talk to me? Great. The Prime Minister did very well.
Wow, that's very good. That's
How
good.
about the enemy?
Well, me, I feel stress, pressure, and anxiety. I feel really good right now.
Okay.
I feel really good, so good. If they are going to be making a future movie.
Wow. You're
Yes.
serious?
Yes.
You can't wait.
And you know, wait. As you know, we miss everyone. I don't feel wait. I don't feel wait. Because that Prime Minister will blow everybody mind.
As part of job creation to further bridge the gap in youthful inclusive leadership and governance, and following the Not Too Young to Run Act as Project 9G political debut title, Second Prime Minister of Nigeria Sipmon formally addressed to the author, curator and producer of Project 9G as Second Prime Minister of Niger Kingdom, to be appointed into the cabinet ministerial position as Third Prime Minister of Nigeria, Sipmon.
Play about the event as Nigeria, often referred to by many fellow engineers as the proudest nation of Africa, became independent from British colonial rule in 1960. Under the parliamentary system of government, had a Nigeria's democracy. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, depicted as Emmanuel, subsequently became president as head of state. Once appointed and later elected prime minister, Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa to be released as fellow engineering Babylon Shatala Prime Minister.
From the principal elements known as pioneering digital law systems to projects such as
Appointment of the second inaugural Prime Minister of Nigeria, head of Bureaucratic into the cabinet ministerial position of the executive branch of future administration in Nigeria's presidential system of government. The appointment of Prime Minister of Nigeria, head of Bureaucratic into the cabinet ministerial position, further bridging the gap in youthful inclusive participation in leadership and governance enables our prospect of making Nigeria a superpower. In view of this is to carry out a national cleanup exercise of all areas within the 6 geopolitical zone, end street hawking and lottery, make hawkers the next point of light, to end the challenges preventing good bread control, make the kingdom a football World Cup champion, support adequate protection of fellow Guineans, human rights in diaspora, encourage good national population census, stabilize good relations among the different tribes around the 6 geographic zones, and enable good relations between the federal and state governments, as well as the executive arm, the legislative and judicial arm of government. Increase the value of 5 naira currency, and according to Project 9G, drive the movement to defeat the 9 rogue major space forces and preserve the kingdom's unity with faith, restore peace, and make progress. I do solemnly swear, affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the kingdom, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Green Book Constitution of the kingdom. So help me God. Based on Project 9G, which uses what the mention of the Guineans present, make Nigeria a super power, commissions the Regency of the Guinea Institute of Discipline and Governance, making a Nigeria kingdom headed by the office of the second inaugural Prime Minister in the cabinet ministerial position. The second inaugural Prime Minister appointment into the cabinet ministerial position is to further bridge the lack of useful inclusive leadership and governance in Nigeria, to reinstate the presidential position and make Nigeria a superpower. According to Project 9G, our method is make Nigeria a superpower and Nigeria a world power. Mission statement: make Nigeria a superpower. As nation building requires patriotic and nationalistic drive, driven by vision, courage, discipline, competence, commitment, passion, and charisma. In a parliamentary system of government, the king, queen, or president most often occupy the position of head of state, and the prime minister, chancellor, or premier occupies the position of head of government. Examples are the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, India, and a couple of other countries, whereas in a presidential system, particularly countries with practicing democracy, the president, king, queen, or even premier occupies the position of both head of state and government. Examples such as Nigeria, United States, Uganda, Kenya, the Philippines, and many others. One may be wondering, why establish the office of Prime Minister in a presidential system of government? It is like asking why a president should appoint ministers to make up his or her cabinet. The second inaugural Prime Minister is neither head of state or government, but began as a title according to the author, curator, producer of Project 90. In the First Republic administration, Nigeria was a partisan parliamentary semi-presidential system of government, where the president is head of state and prime minister as head of government. But since 1979 Constitution to 1999 Constitution, up to date as amended, Nigeria had since been under a presidential system of government. Rarely to elect, or rather, often by appointment as prime minister, chancellor, or perhaps premier, if necessary, placed in charge of some government functions in a parliamentary semi-presidential system or presidential system of government. Philologists, presidential historians, and even professors discovered why still functioning as a presidential system or presidential semi-presidential system, even based on the title of the office and not necessarily its function, such as the office of prime minister, chancellor, or premier, if necessary, can be said to be operational or rather functional under the said system. Example of a presidential, semi-presidential, or even presidential, semi-presidential unitary system of governance, mostly based in Africa, are countries such as Uganda, Rwanda, Mozambique, Equatorial Guinea, Zimbabwe, Chad, and many others. Thus have a president, vice president, as head of state and government, along other members within the three arms of government, as well as an appointed prime minister in charge of some government commissions and agencies. The office of prime minister in the cabinet ministerial position in charge of an institute of leadership, discipline and governance to foster patriotic fellow young and vibrant nation leaders and encourage youthful participation in the leadership and governance of Nigeria. Just as the girl child is the future of the world, youths, both male and female, are the future of the kingdom. The appointment of Prime Minister into a cabinet ministerial position is solely signatory to young fellow ignorants, that is, young Nigerians. According to paragraph B of section 65 of the Nigerian Constitution, nonetheless, the Rocaptech of Nigeria Institute of Discipline and Governance, aka Nigeria, following the re-establishment of the office of Prime Minister based on appointment, considering that the kingdom operates a presidential system of government. Therefore, the conflict of interest between the proposed appointment of Prime Minister into a cabinet ministerial position versus President, Vice President, or even Senate Speaker or Chief Justice of the Federation is -0. The office of Prime Minister of Nigeria in the cabinet ministerial position is rather subject to the President and Vice President and very much loyal to the National Assembly, the judiciary, and the people. The office of Prime Minister, head of Eurocaptech of Nigeria in the cabinet ministerial position is committed to achieving the following: to engage young fellow Nigerians passionate and committed to nation building, to conduct a successful national cleanup exercise around the 6 geopolitical zones, end seasonal hawking in the streets and on the roads, make hawkers the next point of light in the various communities, protect the right of fellow Nigerians, that is Nigerians in diaspora, make Nigerians, that is Nigeria, twice a World Cup champion, trust best, good and efficient accountability and management system driven by passion and integrity, support good and conducive atmosphere for small and medium enterprise to strive, drive the increase in the value of 5 naira currency, The foremost agenda in preserving the kingdom's unity, faith, peace, and progress, according to Project 9G, is to win the battle against the 9 rogue ninjas beastly forces, such as Bleed Ballet, Negrosine, Trafalgargism, Rubocotron, Luctism, Sense S-Laws, Electron, Dr. Off, and Balletrism. Establish Eurocaptech of Eginera branches in each major areas within the 6 geopolitical zone. Create NGD department in each Nigerian embassies situated abroad. Run the management of NGEIDG through pioneering low cost of governance. For example, the Prime Minister and Chancellor's salary will not be above hundreds of thousands and not hundreds of millions of naira. Avert every whatever may cause classical damage on the federal character of the nation. The Office of Prime Minister, Head of Eurocaptech of Eginera, upon appointment as Cabinet Minister, is ready to supervise, partner, or work closely with the following government agencies such as Human Rights, Sports, Population Commission, Drug Law Enforcement, Orientation, Identity Management, Immigration Service, Orientation, Copyright, Custom, and in collaboration with a number of ministries like Youth and Sports, Foreign Affairs, Defense, Justice, and Education. The Office of Prime Minister, Head of Eurocaptech of Eginera. Composition of governing bodies begins with officer reporting to the President, which is the Prime Minister. Officer reporting to the Prime Minister is the Chancellor. Prime Chief as head of the 39 representing Prime Minister serving as head of the 39 chambers of the Institute. Turn Ministry on the appointment of the Prime Minister in the Cabinet Ministerial position. And a representing member not below the rank of Director from the following ministries, such as Education, Justice, Defense, Interior, Youth and Sports, and a couple of other directors from the following government agencies and commissions, such as Human Rights, Orientation, Football Federation, Intelligence, Character Commission, Financial Crimes Commission, Customer Protection Agency, Copyright, Prohibition for Trafficking, and other agencies. The residence of the Prime Minister is called the Greenhouse. The administrative functions of Eurocaptech of Eginera is first the Office of Prime Minister, Chancellor, Prime Chief, the 39 Prime Ministers as head of the 39 departments, 2 special advisors to the Prime Minister, 2 councillors, General Secretary, 2 special assistants, and other staffs on board the ship of NGEIDG. The Office of Prime Minister, Head of Eurocaptech of Eginera, in the Cabinet Ministerial position, bridging the gap in youthful inclusive leadership and governance, automatically means job creation, fostered by the mandate to discover and destroy the source of 9 rogue beastly forces, enables the nation becomes a superpower. Mr. President, this is an application from Niger Kingdom, Eurocaptech of Eginera. Dear Mr. President, appointment of the second inaugural Prime Minister into the Cabinet Ministerial position. I am applying for appointment as Prime Minister of Nigeria, Head of Eurocaptech of Eginera, Institute of Discipline and Governance, NGEIDG, into the Cabinet Ministerial position within the regular appointment as Federal Minister. My eagerness as the second inaugural Prime Minister led the research and search for new creative endeavors based on Project 9G to make Nigeria a superpower, identifying improving approaches and enhanced solutions to intelligence, security, creativity, active workforce, and business challenges are activities that drive and inspire me as Prime Minister. Motivation, passion, and explorer mentality are part of my framework for driving success. A fellow Guinean believes in fresh perspective and trying new technologies help business evolve and grow. As with the appointment into the cabinet ministerial position, my goal will be not only to achieve good national integration, incredible homeland security platform to increase sustainability and growth as well as cutting-edge industrial advancement, but also, according to Project 90, locate and defeat the 9 rogue beastly forces.
As an ambitious professional with great disciplinary mindset and creative experience, I believe as Prime Minister in the cabinet ministerial position will make an excellent addition to the growth of the kingdom, that is, Nigeria. Mr. President, I can't promise you everything, but what I can promise you and fellow ignorance that under my leadership as head of the captain of a kingdom proposes
to clean up the entire kingdom and end hawking and nurture of the kingdom. And God willing, we will plan to make Nigeria the next FIFA World Cup champion and the fight against violation of fellow Nigerians, that is Nigerians' human rights at home and in diaspora. Mr. President, before the end of your administration, we will captain of the Nigeria institution. Next, have fostered the importance of patriotism, nationalism, unity, faith, peace, and progress in our system as the next superpower. The Office of Prime Minister plans to work with a number of agencies and ministries like Youth and Sports, Football Federation, Human Rights Commission, Orientation Agency, Identity Management Commission, Poverty Eradication Program, Consumer Protection Council, Immigration Services, Nigerian Police, and others to bring about a greener homeland, strong border control, win the next FIFA World Cup champion, strengthen the value of 5 naira, and destroy 9 real major basic forces. Contributions to my former playwright, actor, movie producer, convener, MNCP, diplomatic and quintessential post-modern skill at large revolve around my essential disciplinary and trust-besting skill and talent over the years. I have developed strong critical thinking ability and fostered a reputation as a key contributor through communication and leadership skills. As a team player, Mr. President, I'm collaborative with peers searching ways to integrate value inside. Through these qualities, I have confidence in my ability to foster and facilitate positive change, collective efforts to make our kingdom a superpower. I may not be experienced politically, but I will do a very fantastic job as a nationalist, diplomat, trust-based, disciplinarian, filmmaker, playwright, diligent, and reliable patriot. A fellow Emmanuel, aka Nigerian citizen, in my 30s, whose name Emmanuel Chike Gabriel contains the necessary movie, phony, or rather characters to spell the name Nigeria. When appointed into the cabinet ministerial position, I look forward to make my confirmation by your government to begin my duties. Mr. President, together with the Captain of the Guinea, National Assembly, and fellow Guineans, we can make Nigeria a superpower. For greater illustration of my background and qualification, please review my profile or CV. I'm eager to speak with you about this opportunity and thoroughly appreciate your consideration to me as Prime Minister, as the second inaugural Prime Minister based on Project 90, to be appointed into the cabinet ministerial position. Yours faithfully, SIPM.
Ekinira was blow rich SP Akbar Ambo Ajuba Arabat Eyugu Eyu Plate Amawada Eyu Ibakaba Bike Yamaka Babaruka Jabo Chike Ed Alpha Eya Echik Egulu Eris Embob Enkanta Elisaba Erif Cross Edito Koki Gaslo Etike Ichek Igajo Ibomwaka Ichekulab Nuse Nuka Nasa Nuku Nusa Nudu Nirod Nirek Nebuwe Niobe Nakasit Nabrama Naduka Omi Rombo Rabi Rafaza Tokoso Yo Fellow Guineas Fellow Nigerian Ninjas Prime Nigerian Ninjas No Togoku Ninjas Beastly Forces RNBF 9G PM 2022 Respect to Austin Buku Respect to Abubakar Tafawa Balewa Respect to Muhammadu Buhari Respect to National Assembly Respect to the Nigerian people